The port strike has ended, and this is, I would say, a semi-win for the dock workers, but they are not getting everything they wanted. That's why it's only a partial win. So one of the things that they were really keen on is getting a 70+% increase over the next few years. And they agreed on 66%. I think they wanted 75, but now they're going to get 66. But I truly, truly believe the most important thing was the automation. And so they postponed these negotiations till January 15th so they can go back to work, get the holiday shopping going again, and keep this ball rolling. So keep the smooth economy over the last few months of the year with holiday coming into season, right? So now we're looking at what are the key features. The International Longshore Associations and the United States Maritime Alliance have agreed to tentative deal on wages. The two sides have extended their existing contract to January 15th to negotiate a new contract. The move ends a strike that had snarled East Coast and Gulf Coast ports since the beginning of the week and threatened U.S. supplies of fruits, automotives, and other goods. So now let's look at what was really important exported through these ports. So the imports was furniture, car parts, plywood, tires, wine, and bananas. And furniture was 50% came through that port. Car parts only 55%. Tires also 55. Bananas was like crazy, like 75%. And wine 74%. And plywood was 81%. So now let's look at what these ports exported into the world. And I think this is what would have been devastating for the world, because let's see what kind of goods we've exported. So cotton, we export. Chemicals for PVC, of course the US does chemicals, right? Poultry byproducts, 98% goes through that port of the US exports. Paper waste, 47. Soybeans, that's huge. That feeds so many people, 54%. And plastic pellets. I don't know why you export plastic pellets, but okay. And here's the news article. Pork strike ends as workers agreed to a tentative deal on wages and contracts extensions. So these are all good things for now. But the major part, as I said before, was automation. And I think automation is the one where, as a company owner, I would not really budge on. I can give you guys more money. That's what I would do if I was an owner. But automation is coming, if you like it or not. So you just bought more time to start implementing automation. And this is no fault to you guys. And I'm not saying that I don't like you guys. I do, but it's just coming. It's just every industry is getting automated. Even the government starts automating with these kiosks, these DMV kiosks that are, depending on where you're at, where you can renew your registration, you can do a whole bunch of stuff online and don't even have to go in person anymore. You can just do it online. And that is another form of automation, right? So there is some really good news going on, because this week has been packed, jam-packed with news. So the job report just came out, and let's just look at what's going on in the US economy.
Breaking news. We just got the job market results, and it's shockingly good. Let's get straight into it. Non-farm payrolls came at 254,000 jobs, crushing analysts' estimates of 144,000 and up compared to last month's print, which was revised upward to 159,000 jobs. This is great news because it's a major beat, and we usually get a downward revision, but it's not the case today. Most new jobs come from food services and drinking places and healthcare. But it's not the only good news we got from this report. report. Analysts were expecting the unemployment rate to stay flat at 4.2%, but it came down to 4.1%. The hourly wage increased by 4% year over year, beating the 3.8% expected by analysts. The average hourly wage is now 35.36 US dollars per hour in the US. Prediction markets moved a lot after the job report. They now see the probability of getting one interest rate cut at the next Fed meeting in November as even more likely, and they think it's now very unlikely we get two cuts. The market now thinks we will only have 4 interest rate cuts in total this year. Previously, there was a lot of fear of a job market recession, and this week's job data shows it's okay for now. But does this mean the Fed won't cut as much?
Okay, a lot to uncover. And I'm seeing in the market that places like Amazon, I have the article right here, are hiring seasonal workers. And I'm telling you guys, if you are looking for a full-time job, a tech job, something else, you gotta get your resumes and applications in, because if you're not gonna do that, people are now in holiday mode, they're going to be gone, and you will see a huge jump in numbers for people that are working holidays like retail and all these other things, because there's going to be immense holiday shopping, right? People just go out, buy Christmas stuff, buy gifts, do all that. And so you need to stock retail, all these other things are really, really coming. So when Amazon is hiring 250,000 new, I said it's the delivery drivers and warehouse staff. And the really, really good part is if you are a family and was distressed with money, you were unemployed, and your unemployment benefits ran out. So what you can do is you can actually go work for Amazon. And I think depending on the state, you work a few months till the holiday season is up. And if they lay you off again, then you have enough work time and made enough money to qualify for full unemployment benefits again. So then you kind of restart the clock and you can kind of, weather it out during these holidays. So go get an Amazon job if you are stressed out and you really, really need the money. And let me know if you're doing that. Because if you are now in a position where you had a tech job and you just can't find something, and your weeks of unemployment has ran out, and you don't want to just live off of savings, and gig works is, your gig work or whatever you're trying to do, your consulting isn't paying enough, then just grab a Amazon job and kind of do that for a little while till you are fully vested and can reclaim unemployment afterwards in January, and then restart the hiring, because there's going to be hiring jumps again as next year is going to start, because just the market moves in cycles, right? And as we're seeing more and more interest rates cut, there's going to be more and more hiring. So the job market technically should look better, better, and better coming up here, but not as of right now, because Amazon is not really hiring these tech workers. They're hiring warehouse staffs, delivery drivers, and a few other positions. So just be worried. This is just some information. It's looking better on the horizon. And that is a really, really good thing for all of us. So we have some glimmer of hopes that it's going to get better. For these people that say you're always predicting bad, nope, here it is. We're starting to see an uptick, and I love telling you guys that there is better jobs coming down the pipeline. And I am kind of excited for all of you guys that have been messaging me that they're unemployed and they can't find a job, and they've been unemployed for a very long time, that there's now somebody like Amazon to hire 250,000 people. And I've always said, shoot me a message if you see stuff like this, that they're hiring so much. And I know a bunch of you guys are going to say, I can't do an Amazon gig to work for $20, $30 an hour because I made so much more before, and now I'm just not gonna, I can't do that. And to you, I'm gonna say, you just gotta do it. It's temporary. It is just temporary. You do not have to do this for the rest of your life. It is to ease the pain, to ease the holiday, get some money in, get some benefits. And then once January comes, and you can still apply to all these other jobs while you're doing this. And hopefully, you can land another gig that's gonna get you your salary back wherever you were laid off from. But this is really good news for all of us. And I think this was a successful week, unless you were in the shipping industry, where it's a partial win for you guys to go back to the ports and start working. And I'm curious to see in January what they're going to renegotiate on, or if it's just going to come to a halt. I think it's going to be dependent on the president who's going to be in office, if this is going to be an issue or not. And I think if it's going to be Biden Harris ticket that's going to win, or Harris and whoever her vice president is, it's going to be a bigger issue than when it is Trump. This is just me thinking, not even political. Just me thinking about that. Let me know what you guys think, if you agree with that, or if you think the other way around, that with Donald in the White House, it's going to be a bigger issue than not. And I'm just looking at this specific factor, not everything else, right? So just my 2 cents on it. But yeah, we are going to see all these new employees by Amazon are going to start having jobs again and going to get paychecks, are going to contribute to the economy again. And hopefully that's going to do something to them mentally, because when you have a job again and you're like, hey, I'm kind of secure for a few months now, even though it's not the best job, it gives you stability and peace of mind for kind of like the next few months till Christmas. And I would personally hate to go into this Christmas season. If you're unemployed over the holidays, all the people are going to ask you, hey, have you found a job yet? And I'm begging you, do not ask these questions. If you have a friend that's unemployed, stop asking the question. If you're, hey, you found something yet? Because that is the same vibe as, when are you going to graduate college? What are you going to do afterwards? Just stop asking that question. And if you see this video, just say, hey, how's it going? And if they bring it up, you're like, oh man, let me know if I need to put you in touch with somebody or in my network and help you out. But don't ask them, how's it going? How's this? How's that? It's just not something you want to talk about over the holidays. And I'm just like, get a different topic. That's why I'm starting to not talk about work and not talk about all these economic stuffs with my friends. I'm starting to have this policy where when people ask me, so what do you do, this and that, I say, I do some social media stuff and that's it. And if they ask more, I'll be like, let's talk about something that really enjoys you. How's your hobbies? How's your family? And we talk about more meaningful things. And I feel like that's kind of the European way of life, rather than just America, like, hey, what do you do for work? It's not a networking event and all this other stuff. I'm just trying to be a better friend to all these people and trying to get more of a feel to, how do you say it, to what truly gets these people like warm-hearted, and what gets these people up in the morning, and what gets them to go to work and not why they go. So like, I have to probably explain that. So when I say to what gets these people to work, most people go to work to pay their bill and fund their lifestyle and feed their families, right? And so then you got to see, hey, why? So what are you interested in? What do you love doing in your time that makes you get up in the morning and do the things you love, right? And so then you're like, I just go to work and then I go ride motorcycles, I go hang out with my brother in a bowling league and do all these kind of other stuff. And that's what really excites me. So you want to ask stuff like that to get to know. I'm like, I didn't know that John over there is in a bowling league that he goes every Wednesday during the time. So now you know, like, oh, if I want to text John, he's on a Thursday, he's in his bowling league. Just some food for thought. And as always, this is just one person's opinion, mine, and do your own research, do your own stuff, do your own life journey, because it's so interesting to me that everybody here has their own life dramas. And when I talk about it, it's everybody has their own life stuff going on with employment, money issues. Everybody has that health issues. And the holidays are time where you should be cheerful and have your friends and family around to do these activities. And it's so hard when you do not have a job and you're unemployed. And it's a really good sign that Amazon is starting to hire. I'm waiting for Apple, Microsoft, Intuit, all these big Dell, all these big people, all these big corporations to start have a spike in hiring again, so that all these tech workers that were laid off can get jobs again. And I know you guys are like, just keep them unemployed, keep them unemployed. But that is not how we're gonna keep the United States and keep this economy rolling as the number one. We need to have these people that want to work need to have work. And these people that don't want to work, and they don't need to work. And when everybody's working and everybody has money and everybody has time, then they don't go out and do stupid shit. That is one thing I learned in Switzerland when I grew up, is that if you give people a purpose and you give them a job and you pay them enough to make a living wage, then they don't have time to do stupid crimes. And that is absolutely correct. If you work a job, if you work for 8-9 hours, those 8-9 hours are not going to be spent smoking weed and playing video games and coming up with stupid ideas on, I need some money, I need some money, I need to do this and I need to do that, and go do dumb things. So hopefully you guys can get a Amazon gig, part-time, full-time, to get these unemployment benefits again. And I think it's really going to get better next year with the hiring, especially if they're going to cut interest rates just a tick more to be at a more healthy level. And then next year, it's going to be super steamrolling. And that's also going to mean that small businesses are going to have more capital, that they're going to make more investments. And hopefully there's going to be some tax cut that they can reinvest. And yeah, we will see. We will see what's going on. So good news this week, ending it off this week's with a real banger. Love that. And this is Las Vegas, baby. If you haven't joined the community, down in the link below to see these videos earlier, to get into the members only chat. We have great conversations, and yeah, it's like $2.90 a month. So it's super affordable. It's like not even noticeable, $2.90. That's just something cool. And I love you guys. Please like and subscribe. If you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, let's connect. And yeah, this was it for this video. Like and subscribe. Don't worry, you will always see the videos also. I'm not going to give up on you guys. I'm going to Florida. I'm going to see the hurricane damages. I'm going to go do some videos over there. I have my family in town, so we're going to see how the economic status is over there. Hopefully I'm going to talk to some of the local residents, see what they're going to say, how expensive it's going to get, and I'm going to get you some information, but it's going to be another 3-4 weeks till I'm going to be there. And that's going to be super cool in Fort Myers. So you're going to see me in Fort Myers. And yeah, that's just what is coming up. And I love you guys. Talk to you soon.